What if I told you Alzheimer's might actually be a blood sugar problem? That's why some experts are calling it type 3 diabetes, because of how sugar damages the brain. If you're over 50 and forgetting names, words, or where you parked, this might be the piece of the puzzle that no one's told you about. So what is type 3 diabetes? You probably heard of type 1 and type 2 diabetes, but there's a new term scientists are now using more and more. Type 3 diabetes, and it's all about your brain. Here's what it means. When your brain becomes insulin resistant, it stops using sugar the right way. Normally, insulin helps your brain cells turn sugar into energy, kind of like gas for your car. But when your brain can't use sugar properly, it's like the fuel line is clogged. Sugar builds up, energy runs low, and brain cells start to struggle. And that's what some doctors call type 3 diabetes, because the brain is actually acting a lot like it has diabetes. So how does high blood sugar hurt the brain? Every time you eat something super sugary, like a muffin, soda, or a big plate of bread, your blood sugar shoots up. Your body sends out insulin to bring it back down. But if you keep doing that day after day, your cells will stop paying attention to insulin. And that's what we call being insulin resistant. And guess what? The brain is one of the first places to suffer. Too much sugar can inflame your brain. It can shrink your memory center. That's the place in your brain called the hippocampus. And it can change how brain cells talk to each other. That's why people with high blood sugar issues often feel foggy, forgetful, tired, or even moody. And over time, it can raise the risk of Alzheimer's disease, which is why some researchers are calling it type 3 diabetes. How do you know if this is already happening? Here are the early warning signs. Brain fog, forgetting names or words, feeling spacey after meals, having energy crashes during the day, noticing mood swings or irritability, seeing belly fat that just won't go away, and labs that show prediabetes or high insulin. These aren't just normal aging. These are signs that your brain is struggling to use sugar and it's starting to slip. And here's something that might shock you. Most nursing homes do the exact opposite of what the brain needs. They often serve foods high in sugar, refined carbs, and inflammatory oils to dementia patients. Why? Because many dementia patients lose weight as the brain breaks down, and the goal becomes to fatten them up. So instead of helping the brain to heal, they feed the brain more of the stuff that's actually damaging it. It's heartbreaking. And it's happening every single day. If you have a loved one in a memory care clinic, you may have seen this for yourself. They are served juice, pudding, white bread, pasta, cookies all day long. And that sugar, that's fuel for the fire. And that creates a vicious cycle. A body that starts craving more sugar to feed a starving brain. But the more sugar you give it, the more damage it does. And that's why so many people feel foggy, tired, emotional, and forgetful, and reach for sugar just to cope. It's a trap, and it ends in neurodegeneration, unless you can break the cycle. So how can you protect your brain? Here's how to start reversing that damage. First, you need to balance your blood sugar levels. Eat whole foods with protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Next, you need to cut sugar and processed carbs, especially at breakfast and late at night. You also must move your body. Even walking can improve insulin levels in the brain. Make sure to keep a close look at your labs. You must ask for fasting insulin, triglycerides, and A1C, not just glucose. Sleeping well is also an imperative. This is when your brain detoxifies the damage. And remember to support your liver, because detoxifying sugar and toxins happens there. This is how you protect your memory, your independence, and your spark. If you've had a parent or grandparent with Alzheimer's, this video isn't just information, it's a warning and a roadmap. You are not stuck with their outcome. You can protect your brain, your memories, and your future by healing your blood sugar now. If this hits home, especially if you've witnessed poor care in a memory facility with someone you love, drop a comment. You're not alone. It's time we talk about it. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to know the real story behind blood sugar and dementia. And now you know the rest of the story. But it's what you do with this information that counts. This moment isn't how it's supposed to be. A little girl proudly sharing her drawing, and a grandfather who doesn't recognize her. But it doesn't have to end like this. The choices we make today, what we eat, how we protect our brains, could be what keeps his eyes lighting up when he sees her, and what keeps their connection strong tomorrow. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. The next video is right here. Go ahead and click it. And if I've earned it, smash that like button and subscribe so you'll never miss what's coming next.